send it out. All right.
Perfect.
Yep. I'm going to do the Supreme Lending big national sales conference in Dallas, Texas. They've got 600 loan originators, and they asked me to come in and activate their trade drive. So I'm going to be going to Dallas, Texas to do that big event here in just a little bit. But I just wanted to come in here and meet some of you guys because I'm coming to Lexington on the 15th of September. And I want to give you some context and really kind of make an argument of why I think it'd be good for you to be in the room with me that day. I actually was a championship women's basketball coach in Tennessee. I spent a decade building a national powerhouse. People were always asking me how I was doing it, and I was a big believer in probability. So I was teaching the players all kinds of really cool things, and because of that, we began to win a lot of games. Because of that, I began to write the first of 18 books. I began to write the first of 18 books on how I was doing it. And at 31 years old, after winning a championship, I retired from athletic coaching in the spring of 08. Okay, so it's March of 08. We are in a national real estate recession. I don't know if any of you guys were in real estate in 08, but that's when I started this business. And so I would go out and speak very quickly. By default, big real estate companies begin to hire me. The largest home builder in Tennessee, the largest home builder in North Carolina. And here's what they said: we cannot figure out how to sell these houses. Will you help us? And so I quickly went into home builders that were building 700 to 1,000 houses a year, independent builders. These guys were incredibly wealthy. They were watching their net worth go down. They were worried about going bankrupt. And so by default in 08, I began coaching these companies. And because of my coaching background, my know-how of how to sell, how to package, how to position, we were able to keep those companies profitable. And when we were able to keep them profitable during the house recession of 08, that word travels very quickly, Jenny Jackson. And the next thing you know, I began getting phone calls from almost every major real estate company in America. And so that kind of by default put me into coaching a lot of real estate companies. Then that led to mortgage companies, title companies, insurance companies. And so over the last, 15 years ago, I've literally coached some of the top real estate agents in the world. And when I say the top agents in the world, I've coached agents doing 500 to 700 transactions. I've coached agents that are just doing one, trying to get to two. I've coached, my biggest success story was an agent in Tennessee that I took from 35 deals to 219. He was making $50,000 a year. When I began coaching him, he's now making $50,000 a month. Now, in these times, he's scratching and clawing for everything he has. But over the last 7 years, I've really helped him to grow into a business leader. And really, he went from number 43 in his market, 15th fastest growing city in the United States, to number 1. And so because of my coaching background, number one, I know how to activate the drive inside of people to want to go into battle, even in tough circumstances, even in bad economies, even when rates are high, even when you want to give up. Because of my coaching background, I know how to tap into the deepest part of a person's nature. And my new book called Flip the Switch, that became a Wall Street Journal bestseller, actually goes into the psychology of how I activate that drive inside of people. Because here's some stats that I teach in real estate. Number one, the average person's going to buy 4 to 7 houses in their lifetime. Okay, each of those houses, so I like to say, how many of those houses would you like to get? And people say, I'd like to get all of them. Each of those people know other people. And the statistics tell me for every satisfied person that you help with the buy or sell of a house could be worth 5.7 referrals over the lifetime of the consumer. The statistics also tell me it takes between 7 to 15 touches 80% of the time to convert a prospect to a person who actually buys or sells. And national average of follow-up today is about 1.8 times. So what I try to do is come in and, number one, activate a drive in you. And there's a lot of psychology in how I do that. I help you get cleared and where you're trying to go. We call that A to B. And then I show you how I attack a day. My sales number for a day is 41,667.67. That's the number I'm trying to get to every day. And if I get to that number every day, and I do that 5 days a week, that's 833,333.33 a month. If I hit that number every 30 days, that's $10 million of revenue for my coaching company. So I have a belief that it all goes to zero at midnight. There comes a time when winter asks what you did all spring and summer. And what I like to do is get the agent going into battle. How do we go into battle? Then I show you how to break down the sales cycle, how to generate more leads, how to follow up and convert on those leads, how to get more referrals out of your current book of business. And over the course of 15 years of doing this and coaching the best people in the world, my goal is to help you pick up 15 more transactions in a year. And you may say, man, I just don't know if I could do that. Well, if I helped you pick up 1 or 1.5 per month, just based on coaching you, because I believe trained people always outperform untrained people. Okay, we saw that with Colorado Buffaloes and Deion Sanders rolling into Colorado and beating TCU last week. The coach matters. Okay, the confidence of the coach matters. The structure, the systems. Now, you guys live in Kentucky, and I grew up. I actually grew up studying Pitino and Calipari and all of those guys because I was a young coach when those guys were really, I hate to say in their prime, but when they were in their prime. And Pitino was like one of the biggest coaches in the world. I was a young basketball coach. And one of the books Pitino wrote was called Success is a Choice. And he talked about deserving to win. I believe that we deserve to win when we put the work in. And so I know in economies like today, it's like, what should I do? Who should I be calling? How should I be following up? And I equate that to a basketball coach who's got a team that's trying to win, but they're playing against competitors that are really good. And so what I had to do in those days is I had to exert more force, more energy. I had to get creative. I had to have a positive attitude. And I want you to break sales down into 2 things: attitudinal issues, like your approach. Like today, when I wake up, I'm like, man, I'm going to get to 41,000 a day. I don't know exactly where it's all going to come from, but I believe in probability. I believe objects stay at rest unless acted on by an outside force. I'm going to go out and generate a lot of leads. I'm going to follow up on those leads. I'm going to convert some people today. And there is no such thing as rejection. Some will, some won't. And so what? I'm going to keep on moving. And I'm just going to go to the next one. So I'd have an attitude of we're going to win. King David had this attitude in the Bible when he was going into battle. It's going to be a fight, but we're going to find a way to win. Okay. My mindset is it's going to be a fight, but we're going to find a way to win. And that is my attitude. And attitude is a posture of the body represented by a physical state. So my attitude is, boom, we're going to make things happen today. I don't know where it all is going to come from, but we're going to make it happen today. That's an attitudinal thing. And I know in tough times, it's easy to have a bad attitude. But I tell my 11-year-old daughter that bad attitudes make for real hard lives. Bad attitudes make for hard lives. Good attitudes make for good lives. I want to help people who have good attitudes. So my attitude towards selling is there is no shortage of money. There is no shortage of opportunity. There is only a shortage of courage. Okay. There is only a shortage of activity. There is only a shortage of follow-up and conversion. And sometimes there's a shortage of skill. Okay. Now I've been studying Peter through a devotional in the morning. And when Jesus was in the boat and he told Peter to come to him, when he walked on the water, he basically said, take courage and walk toward me. Now, courage doesn't always come first. Like you may say, well, I need courage to make these phone calls. No, what you need is commitment. You need commitment first, and then the courage comes, and then the capability comes, and then the confidence comes. So I tell a lot of people, all I need is the commitment to make 35 to 45 touches a day. Okay, because good things happen. Money follows energy. Money follows circulation. Money follows activity. I took over a tiny home sales team. You guys know that you guys got these tiny homes in Kentucky, where they build these little houses, these little tiny homes. See, in Tennessee, we have mountains. And so this tiny home builder hired me because they hadn't sold a tiny home in 6 months. And I took over the sales team and I asked for a 12% commission on every tiny home sold. Okay. Now, Cush, you think that's a good deal? 12% on 250,000. Okay. That's about 30 grand per tiny home sold, guys, if I help them sell a tiny home. And the agent gets 6%. He was only giving the agent 4%. When I took over, I said, I'm going to give the agent 6% and I'm going to keep 6%. And took me about 60 days. And then they had a week where they had 400,000 in sales and then gone 6 months without selling. Now, here's what I found out, Cush. They were generating 250 leads on the weekends through the marketing. The fastest salesperson got back to leads within 9 hours. So it took him 9 hours to call a lead back. The slowest salesperson took 51 hours to call a lead back. That's 4 days, guys. So they spent money on marketing, they generated leads. So as I got in there, I began to see that these guys didn't have a sense of urgency. They didn't really have a skill or philosophy on how they were going to follow up and convert. They weren't that good at conversion, and they had lost all of their drive due to just a bad economy. They had just lost all of their, what I call prey drive. So we got in there, we implemented a sales system, we implemented a sense of urgency, we put the properties on the MLS because they weren't even on the MLS. We added 2 young, hungry salespeople, and boom, now we're generating leads and converting. And I think I'll have them selling four tiny homes a month. 4 tiny homes a month. I look at it like this: is $60,000 more that I just generated. That's $720,000 a year to me to help them sell 4 tiny homes. And all they needed was attitude, the right attitude, and they needed the right skills. Okay. So that's really what I implemented. So when I come to Lexington on the 15th, what I'm going to really break down is a sales cycle. I'm going to really break down how I prospect, how I attack a day, how to follow up, how to convert, how to self-generate leads, how to go into battle every day, even when you don't feel like it. And more than anything, I'm going to teach you how to stay in the success cycle versus the sewer cycle. See, the sewer cycle is a thought where your mind starts with one negative thought. Here's the thought: it's going to be hard. Nobody's buying any houses. Rates are miserable. That negative thought produces a negative subconscious emotion: worry, doubt, fear, anxiety. That negative subconscious emotion actually tightens up the body. Now it's like, oh my gosh, I got to sell something. Oh my gosh, deals are falling apart. Oh my gosh. Like, now, how do you think a person sells when they're tight like that? No different, Zach, than how a basketball player couldn't shoot when they were that tight. Okay. That's the sewer cycle. Where did the sewer cycle start? It started with one negative thought. The success cycle starts with one positive thought. Man, it's going to be a great day. We're going to sell some houses today. We're going to generate leads. We're going to have fun helping people buy or sell houses today. Okay. Because of that positive thought, that produces positive unconscious or subconscious emotion, excitement, enthusiasm, what's called eustress, which is good stress, which is a stress I always have before a big game. It's like, this is going to be fun, man. It's going to be stressful, but it's going to be fun. Okay. It's a good stress that loosens the body up. So when I'm selling to people, I'm loose. I'm like, man, I can't make you do it, but I can't help you until you commit to something. And if you don't want to do it, I'm just going to move on to somebody who doesn't want to do it, because there is no shortage of opportunity. 7 billion people. The truth is, the same government that raised the Fed rate also pumped 40% more money, more dollars into the U.S. economy last year, which is more money than they've ever printed in the history of our country. So it's simultaneously, they printed all the money, they give people the money. At the same time, the rates go up. So my thought is there really a shortage of money? See, I live in Nashville. Any of you guys ever come to Nashville? Come to Nashville on a Friday night and see how much a shortage of money there is. People are spending $1,000 at Tootsie's Orchid Lounge, and they're eating $1,000 steak at Jeff Ruby's Steakhouse, and they're having up and they're staying at the Grand Hyatt, spending $400 on that. But hey, we're in a recession. Remember that? I thought people didn't have any money. Okay, so here's my thought. There is no shortage of opportunity. There's only a shortage of activity. Money follows energy. Money follows movement. And I never lose. I only learn. So guess what? Yesterday, I won a couple deals and I lost a couple deals. See that, Cush? I won some and but I didn't lose. I learned something. I learned that they weren't a good fit. I learned that they weren't ready to take action. So I didn't take it personal. I just said, hey, man, thank you. I owe you. Good luck to you. I'm going to keep on moving. Okay? Because money follows movement. So my hope is that you come and join us on the 15th. I'm going to fly into Lexington. We're going to have a great morning. I'm going to coach you just like I coach some of the top agents in the world. And I'm going to show you the exact systems that I would use to help you at least pick up 1 or 2 more deals a month. And if you don't, then something's not working the way it should. Okay. But if I can move an agent from 35 deals, he had never done more than 35 deals in his career, 10 years. And now he's doing 208, 209. It's still tough for him, guys. Okay. So when you think about this, now, where is the conference on the 15th? Okay. Good question here. Brenda, you want to tell everybody where we're going to be on the 15th? Because I'm going to fly in and.
Sure. It's located at Bluegrass Realtors Association in Lexington on Regency
Road.
on Regency Road.
Yep.
And it is at 10 a.m.
Yeah, Coach will be speaking probably around 10:30. I talked to Dylan. We're gonna do 2 sessions with Coach, maybe one before lunch and one right after. And so yeah, anybody you know, bring them, Brenda, right?
Yeah.
Brenda, will that be address be put out? So like, so I was gonna type it in the chat, but I didn't get it in there quick enough. And then Seth has a question. Do you have to register? So how do we get that out there?
Yeah, Seth, what you want to do is yes and no. We would like you to register only by just shooting us an email at info@lifestyle, so we know how many folks will be there. That way, because we will be serving, be having a lunch, we'll know how many bodies to count for. So
there we go.
Seth, if you want to bring, if you want to come and bring 5 of your friends, that's absolutely fine. Just let us know how many you'll be bringing.
Yeah, Dylan said the room holds what, about 100, Brenda?
Yes.
Yeah. So guys, bring some friends. Seriously, just let Brenda know or let Lifestyle know so they know to prepare for lunch. Coach is bringing it all the way from Nashville. So this is an opportunity to get a couple hours of some powerful coaching from one of the top coaches in the world. And he has shown what he's done. So don't miss this opportunity. It's huge.
And as a reminder, it's no charge to anyone, and it is not limited to lifestyle agents.
You can bring your lender partner if you have lenders that you work with on a regular basis, or even a new one. Invite them. We're opening this up to not just real estate agents, but our partners in the business.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that'd be good. Yeah, even mortgage brokers. Michelle's saying, will it be recorded? I don't know, Brenda, if y'all are going to have anybody there recording it or not.
We do not have intentions to do any kind of live stream.
Okay.
It's up in the air yet as to whether or not it'll be recorded and disseminated. So we do encourage people to come to the event.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, you want to come to the event because I'm taller in person than I am on Zoom, and I'm a lot funnier. The truth is, I'm a coach, guys. It's all I've ever been since I was 15 years old. I'm 47. I love live interaction with people. And so my hope is that you can come. Kelly's going to put her information. I actually put my website. If you want to learn more about me, I'm on YouTube. I've got thousands of videos on YouTube. I got a podcast called America's Coach. I'm on Instagram. My Instagram's grown by almost 50,000 organic people in the last 60 days. So I feel like we're catching some steam. And I'm a very different coach than a lot of the real estate coaches because of my background. So I bring a different flavor. I think a lot of real estate people come to me and mortgage people because maybe I bring a different, just a different style than a lot of real estate coaches. I'm really a business coach that coaches a lot of real estate and mortgage people. So I think I'm going to bring some new flavor, some things you haven't heard before, maybe package it up in a little bit different way, just because of my unique background of being an athletic coach that also thinks like a businessman. I was studying business all through my coaching days, and actually, went back and studied leadership of the top organizations in the world. So it's a kind of a unique blend that I try to bring to people. And I like to have fun. I like for it to be upbeat. I like for you to go, man, that was good. I like that little dude. He can really help me. Yeah. So if you got questions about me, Kelly at coachburt.com.
Yeah.
I would love to see 100 people in. If it's got 100 seats, my philosophy is let's get 100 people in the room. If you want to bring your cousin, Eddie, or your kids, or your, whoever in Lexington you want to bring. If you want to bring, whoever you want to bring to that, it will be positive for them. Okay. It'll be upbeat and it'll be a great day. Okay. Yeah. Does anybody else have any questions?
Yeah. Y'all have any questions? And then my number and email's on there. So y'all just reach out to me if you need anything. Coach is heading to Dallas today, and then we have his huge event back at his place Friday and Saturday. So Monster Nation is happening. Maybe some of y'all come next year. So but Coach, I do want to say this. I was on the phone with one of our clients yesterday, and I think this would speak to everybody on here. And he's new with us. He's only been coached by Coach Burt for about a month. And he said, I've had several coaches in my life, but what I'm seeing different with Coach Burt is he's given me very tactical, strategic action plans to take. And I'm already seeing my revenue grow. I'm more intense. So a system has been put in place. So Coach, he did say that out of all the coaches he's been coached by, there's definitely a difference with you in giving him like a blueprint, like a game plan. And he's very grateful for that.
There's a lot of cotton candy out there. It tastes good for a second and then it goes away. But to me, I want to know who to call, what to say, how to follow up, how to convert people, you know, and one of my best videos on YouTube is Coach Burt's top 7 conversions or top 7 closes. The word close means to bring something to an end. There's certain things I say to people to get them to take action, because the truth is you can't help them until they take action. And the word decide means to kill something off. The word decision means to cut something away. So what a good agent is doing is helping people cut away fear, anxiety, worry, doubt, and they're helping them make a decision. So one of the things I say is I can't help you till you commit, but once you commit, I'm not going to let you fail. So there's very tactical things you can say to get better. So I look forward to seeing you guys on the 15th. Let's pack that place out.
Yeah.
I don't come to Kentucky a whole lot, so let's show me what you got in Kentucky, folks.
Yeah.
We got a new football coach at the University of Tennessee. We might actually win some football games this year. So I'm hey, it's been a long time since I've been able to say that. So hope you guys are great.
That's something you want to say when you're here, Coach.
No, I'll wear my Kentucky. I don't know if it's a blue or red or whatever you guys, you know.
Blue.
Okay. All
We'll
right.
come in blue. All right,
All
Brenda,
right.
I'll be in touch with you and we look forward to seeing everybody on the 15th. It'll be great.
Thanks, Kelly. Thanks, Coach.
Thank you.
All
Thanks
right.
guys for showing up. We appreciate it.
Thank you,
Thanks, guys.
Have a great
Bye-bye.
day.
Thank
Looking
you.
forward to it.